Traditional histories of the Bronze Age typically center on a few specific figures: kings, conquerors, and the male merchants who traveled between them. To find that world, you look to Anatolia around 1900 BC. At this massive excavation site in Kultepe, history is written from the ground up. This mound contains the very first written documents in Anatolian history. Archaeologists unearthed thousands of clay envelopes here, containing angry letters from wives demanding silver, complex divorce settlements, and fierce business disputes. These letters were written by women. These voices, locked in baked clay for 4,000 years, challenge our expectations of the ancient world. Reading their mail allows us to map a social hierarchy where women functioned as the critical economic backbone of the world's first international trade network. At the top of this social structure were the Gupabtum, the priestesses. From childhood, wealthy merchant families dedicated these daughters to gods like Ishtar. While we might expect religious life to be quiet or isolated, in ancient Asur, temple dedication was a calculated family business strategy. Because these priestesses did not marry, they retained their full inheritance. They managed temple credit, oversaw textile production, and kept their wealth within the family firm rather than transferring it to a husband's household. They operated as high-level financiers. A priestess would take an advance from the temple, use that silver to fund a family caravan heading to Anatolia, and then collect the profits when the goods were sold. Religious dedication provided families with a sophisticated legal framework, allowing their daughters to operate as independent corporate partners. 1,000 kilometers away, in the capital city of Asur, women like Lamasi were managing the home office while their husbands traded abroad. Their lives were defined by the geography of the trade route. Assyrian law allowed a merchant to have a primary wife, the Ashatum, in the capital, and a secondary wife, the Amtum, at the trade colony in Anatolia. In her husband's absence, Lamasi acted as the CEO of the household. She managed the children, navigated local wool prices, and oversaw the industrial-scale production of the textiles being sent abroad. Her letters reveal the pressure of the job. She frequently demanded silver from her husband and expressed her frustration when he failed to pay her fairly for the fabric she manufactured. Even when these long-distance marriages ended, the law remained surprisingly balanced. Kultepe divorce settlements explicitly required that all assets be divided equally between the two parties. The sheer distance of the network made the delegation of power a necessity, turning these wives into autonomous manufacturing executives. This economic power extended to the local women of Anatolia as well. We see this clearly in the records of Madawada, a local business tycoon. Madawada's operations were massive. She traded slaves, managed vast grain stores, and issued high-interest silver loans to be repaid at the next harvest. Madawada carried her own personal legal seal. By rolling this mark into wet clay, she could personally sign contracts and hold debt as a legally recognized entity. This authority reached the very top of the social ladder. In Anatolian cities, queens, known as rubatum, ruled and signed official treaties right alongside the kings. Whether they were merchants or monarchs, the society of ancient Anatolia recognized women as capable legal and economic agents. The lives of Madawada, Lamasi, and the priestesses show that these women were not exceptions to the rules of their time. They were the foundation of their society. The vast distance of these early trade networks made the delegation of power to women a practical economic necessity. The caravans simply could not function without them. The Kultepe tablets reveal an era where women had a voice in court and control over their own capital, providing a different perspective on the rights and roles of people in the ancient world. History is built by the men leading the caravans, but it was equally forged by the women who financed the goods, managed the home cities, and documented their lives in clay.